Hey YouTube, how's it going? Probably be the last video of 2018. Didn't really think I was going to do this, but ended up picking up one more book from my want list of comics for this year, so had to sneak that in. Gonna do a quick comic book haul. Last 2 weeks worth of new books and a couple back issues I picked up along the way. A couple things I got for Christmas. First, I just want to take a minute, say a very heartfelt thank you to Edwin over at Strictlycomix, the Great Legend Show, and anybody who donated their time, something for auction, their money financially, or placed bids during the 2018 YouTube Community Hero Initiative charity auction, which concluded last Saturday. I was very impressed with the quality of things that were donated, the quality of bids that were placed, and just the support. The community was amazing. They really stepped up. Edwin and the Great Legend did an amazing job. Jesse and Justin from JLS and Exilestate did a bunch of the record keeping, kept people in line. It was just it was a great group effort, yielded a very positive result. I'm sure people over at the Hero Initiative will be really happy when Edwin gets that money to them. But I want to take a moment to also remind you guys, they being the Hero Initiative, they don't offer annual memberships anymore, but you can donate to them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's not just at auctions or at cons. It's a great way to do it. They've got a table at pretty much any convention you go to. Stop by and throw $5 in the jar, throw $1 in the jar, throw 50 cents in the jar, throw $20 in the jar. Doesn't matter what you throw in the jar. Just donate, help out this great cause. And people say, oh, what does it matter if I give $1? What does it matter if I give $2? If 1,000 people walk in the door of a show and all of them throw in $2 and change that they have sitting in their car in the parking lot, that's real money. It doesn't take much to help out. You can make a one-time donation. You can set up a recurring donation. If you want to donate $5 a month every month, you can do that. If you want to throw them $50 when you got it, you can do that. If you want to donate $1 today because you have an extra $1 from your paycheck, do that. It doesn't matter. Help out as often as you can and as much as you can. And no donation to this or any charity is ever insignificant. Don't think that. You have to think big picture. Same thing with fundraisers. People do GoFundMe, and sometimes it's for something that's a project. They want to get a comic book out, they want to do a CD or whatever. That's fine. Everybody can have fun fundraising, but when people in need are trying to raise money for a legitimate cause, no donation is ever too small to those things. First of all, it on an emotional level, just seeing that people don't even know are helping them out does wonders for them from a mental state. But at the same time, like I said, if 1,000 people throw somebody $1, that's $1,000. It's not much for us to do that. So keep that in mind, not just at the holiday season, but all the time, not just with Hero Initiative, but with any charity you choose to support. And there's a couple I support down below. Hero Initiative is one of them. The other one I'm really big into is Project PINBALL. If you're not familiar with them, if you want to do one of the most eye-opening things you'll ever do in your life, go to your local hospital and take a stroll down the children's cancer ward. It'll freak you out. It'll make you realize how blessed you are, and it'll make you want to help. And that's what Project PINBALL does. They put pinball machines in the cancer wards of children's hospitals. Works on multiple levels. It gives them something to do. It gives them incentive to stay on their feet. It rebuilds hand-eye coordination. It gives the doctors and patients, doctors, and parents a way to converge and have a bonding over something less serious in a very serious environment. So that's another charity I'd suggest you look at. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the books now, but that was my 2 cents about that. And I just wanted to thank the whole community for stepping up big the way they did. It was awesome. I know Edwin was blown away. I was very impressed. Hopefully we can do even better if Edwin decides to do this again next year. But anyway, the books. Start out with the new books I picked up from the last 2 weeks. First one is, this is a second printing of Riptide #1. I missed out on the first printing when it came out, so picked that up. I wanted to read it. I think pretty much everybody grabbed this, but this is the Art Germ Catwoman Christmas theme cover. Apologize for the glare here. I'm trying to get rid of it. For Catwoman number 6, I believe. And I think that's going to be the last Art Germ cover for the series. Moving on to Batgirl. This is Thor number 8, and this is the Carrie Andrews variant cover featuring Angela. It's a beautiful cover. Big sword. Thor book's been one of the consistently best written books over the past 5 years or so from Marvel. And it's going to be leading into a major crossover called War of the Realms. Not sure how I feel about that going into all the things it's going into, but confident with Jason Aaron writing a majority of it, it'll still be good. So if you haven't been checking out Thor, check it out. Next up, this is Marvel Knights number 4. It's kind of a throwback to the 90s Marvel Knights characters, Daredevil, Punisher, Black Panther. But this is one of connecting covers. Should be pretty neat when it's all put together. Next up, we have cover number 4. It's by Brian Michael Bendis from DC Comics. And this is Pearl number 5. This is also Brian Michael Bendis from DC Comics. We got Firefly number 2. It was a good show. Miss it. Josh Whedon. You probably saw the Serenity movie, but if you haven't seen the Firefly series, it was very short-lived. It was a little bit ahead of its time, but definitely worth checking out. Pick up the whole season on DVD pretty cheap, probably $12 or $14. So got a Walk Through Hell. This is Garth Ennis, sci-fi horror series. It's disturbing but good. It's from Aftershock Comics. And we know my affinity for dragons, so I continue to pick up Zenobur. This is number 6. That is from Scout Comics. And we have the final issue of Old Man Hawkeye. Looking forward to reading this. It's been a good series. It's a prequel to the original Old Man Logan story. This is Bullseye versus Hawkeye. It's number 12 of 12. Always got to have some Frank Castle action. It's the latest issue of The Punisher. And the Marvel books this month have, as you see, is Black Banner across the top, paying tribute to Stan Lee and black-back covers. They made the title and the covers much smaller so you get the full art effect. So. And they also have a foreword paying tribute to Stan. Oops. Which is pretty cool. Hopefully they'll continue to do some things. And from Alterna Comics, got Tinseltown number 5 of 5. If you're not familiar with Alterna, there's a link in the bottom below this video. They keep their cover prices low. As you see, this book has a $1.50 cover price. Most of their books are anywhere from $1 to $1.50. They're usually mini-series, self-contained. You don't have to read 4,700 books. Often you can get an entire series for the price you pay for one Marvel or DC book. Recommend checking them out. A couple of my favorites from them so far would be Zero Jumper and Mother Russia. One of their better selling titles is a horror book called The Chair. I've not read that yet, but it's on my list. Next up, we've got Old Man Logan number 2. It's going to be a 12-issue maxi series, the conclusion of the Old Man Logan storyline. And we picked up Superior Spider-Man number 1. I loved the initial run of this series a few years back. Optimistically skeptical about this one. It's a brand new creative team on it, but I love the character, so we'll see what happens with it. Not had a chance to read it yet. And the last new book I picked up is American Carnage number 2. This is a DC Vertigo book. And for some back issues, for a Christmas gift My girlfriend got me the last issue I was missing from the original Lady Mechanica series. This is issue number 5. So I have that whole run now. She actually got me both covers. This is the B cover. Awesome art by Benitez. Really good stuff. I also picked up Batman Who Laughs. This is a Greg Horn exclusive cover. This is the D cover. And you can get the glare out. You can see Greg Horn signed it there for me. And it's also got a certificate. And this is the same issue, but this is the A cover. Also signed by Greg Horn. Also with a certificate. And a few things that I actually was able to win bidding in the Hero Initiative auction. First one was a set of 3 G.I. Joe number 246 variant covers. This is the first cover. They're all the same cover, but with slight variations, different costume changes. This one's a Virgin cover. And this one you got female Snake Eyes looking a little more Storm Shadow. Also a Virgin cover. So I was able to win those in the Hero Initiative charity auction, and then the person who donated those books threw in a couple extra G.I. Joe books from the original Marvel series. It was number 136. This is number 138. This one came poly-bagged with a trading card. So it was a nice little bonus to have those thrown in. And I also, from day 3 of the charity auction, I won this Creepy Archives. This is from Dark Horse Comics. I believe it has the first 8 issues of Creepy, first 5 issues, I'm sorry. Some great art in those books, nice Frazetta cover. Let's see. So, have all the Vampirella archives. I didn't have this one, so I'm looking forward to checking out some Creepy. And the person who donated that book also threw in a couple of 1970s horror books. Some good reading stuff. Always fun to check out some 1970s horror. Cool cover there. Then the last thing I'm going to show, this is a book that's been on my list for quite a while. Kind of held out on getting it in a higher grade, passed on some lower and mid-grade copies. Picked up a Daredevil 1 earlier this year, and now I got number 7, which was the other Daredevil that's been hanging on my list for a while. So very happy to have this. If you've never read this book, it's required reading. I would say it and Fantastic Four 25 and 26 are probably my favorite Silver Age reads. They reprinted this in Marvel Superheroes, which you can pick up pretty cheap. But this is Daredevil number 7. Show out glare here. Namor versus Daredevil. It's Wally Wood art. It's also the first time he wears the red costume. So we got CGC 8.0. It's noted to have off-white to white pages. Pretty clean looking book. Don't like these new inner wells on the new cases. You can't really, I can't get a good view with no glare here, but the inner well leaves like a, I don't even know how to describe it, but it looks like an oily effect on the book. Almost looks like there's liquid in there. And it's not, but it's really detracts from the appearance of the book. I almost want to send it back to them and ask them if they can put it in an old case. But anyway, I'm very happy to have it nonetheless. It's a nice way to cap off the new year as far as old books. So that's it for my video, guys. I hope you all have a very safe, happy, and fun New Year's. Remember, there's no reason to drink and drive anymore in this day and age. Call a friend, use Uber, use Lyft, call AAA if you have to. Don't drink and drive. Have a good time, be safe, get where you're going, stay away from the amateurs, and look forward to seeing what you all come up with next year. Thanks for sharing the community with me. And again, thank you all for stepping up for the Hero Initiative. That was awesome. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.